Have you ever been lied to? Ever been told that it wasn't you, it's me? You're good enough. Sure, I couldn't have eaten the last amount of pizza rolls, but now I guess we gotta buy more. Like, okay, Jacob. Like, bro, we knew it was already you, fam. Like, just admit it. Well, here is a clear-cut example of a liar. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Take a look. Now, you might think this guy is the head developer. Wrong. They hired this actor, paid to spread misinformation and dissuade the masses, because this trailer from Zenless Zone Zero literally blows up everything and brings the lore theorists from edging to finishing and back around again. Let's take a look at where the miracle began. This database will trigger the full force of Internet defense. This is not a threat, but a statement.
Internet's impressive. I had to use Ghost to hack in.
Here lies Phaethon, who in the sun god's chariot fared, and through greatly he failed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Already, and you guys were like, what? Josh, what the fuck? That was just text. That already is so telling of the story. So let's break it down. The main characters in pair are called Phaethon, and they are proxies or hackers, hackermans, that are guides through the hollows. Phaethon was the child of Helios is it Norse mythology? Greek mythology. And Phaethon used Helios's chariot and unalived while trying to ride it. That's kind of like the lore around it. New Eridu Internet Deep Database.
We have read-only access to certain
Yokai data corruption initiated. Is hacker manning their way into the database.
files, hollow traits, an all-devouring disaster with.
So they use these pillars to generate some sort of extra like field and whatnot to negate the expansion of the hollow.
Complete control. The audacity. Oh, the corruption is almost complete. Getting deep database access. Done.
Here we go.
Wow, that's a lot of key terms. Even ones on us. Let's see.
Huh? Primarindex? Primary index. Don't laugh, chat. Don't laugh.
Why'd you close the index?
There's no time for games.
Whew. God damn!
The third-generation head of the Hoshimi family who took down the Exaltist Overseer.
Riding Shogun. Acheron vibes.
Pretty impressive.
Sword Master. That's so cool. It's giving Goblin Slayer vibes. It's like, you know, Goblin Slayer and Healer. What's the druid's name? I forgot. But like, you guys know. It's like, they call her Sword Master. That's baller. Sunbringer. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Magnificent. Sunbringer. Now, who perschlaps is this, chat? You guys might be wondering, who the hell is this? Who is this beautiful, gorgeous woman with eyes that pierce my soul? Well, Kiana and ZZ before HSR, this is not what I imagined. As you guys can see, the eyes are exactly the same. They are exactly the same. Hey, post-edit Josh here. Now you might be asking, why is this guy cooming and busying himself? Well, that's because this character's Sunbringer is in base design exactly like Kiana Kaslana from Honkai Impact 3rd. And just as a story breakdown, well, let's see here. She is an adopted daughter to Siegfried Kaslana, was used as a vessel for the second Herrscher, which is basically the gods or transient entities that are above human form and basically control all aspects of reality. TLDR, Sunbringer is omega powerful and also loves cute things because she also made the first model of Bang Boo. So her story could very well just mirror the general story of like how she rose to fame and how she's now turned to the darkness, potentially. Wink, 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 or gone taken advantage of. I
Next, Lady Sunbringer, the former CEO of Marcel Group, who eradicated the Hive Lord Hollow in the sky.
She eradicated the Hive Lord Hollow. She is literally the hero. She is Himmel. She is him. Himothy.
I remember her. She's the one who invented bamboo.
Introducing
Of the Investigation Guild leader Joyous.
Joyous.
The one who went through the Divine Maze and created the standard for hollow exploration routes.
That guy basically was the trailblazer. Second break, Joyous. He reminds me of Raven from HI3, but I can't really confirm that. I'll just say that now Raven, or Natasha, also being an investigator of sorts, traveling into the Elysium realm, as he is the leader of the investigation squad. Just a very loose thread there. He was the first to go into the hollows and help us construct generalized maps and how to go through the labyrinth that is the hollow. Remember, in just generalities, the hollow is an ever-changing labyrinth. The hollows are an ever-changing landscape that uses the data of the reality that it envelops to have it ever-changing, right? And that's why from the very original quest where you try to save Ambi and Billy, they ran in through the wall. They ran into a wall and out the hollow, right? Because that was actually the exit point.
Does he count as the predecessor of investigators or proxies, I wonder?
Colonel Vike.
God, the montage. And boom, here it is right in May and Alicia. Two Hershers from different eras of the Honkaiverse coming together with Svarog from the Honkai Star Rail.
Lieutenant Colonel Dan of the Guard of Staves and the leader of the Falkenhayn mercenary troop. They alone pushed the Dark Wall 37 kilometers back.
So these are the new fighters. These three basically shrunk the hollow. And how do they shrink the hollow? By destroying hollow data. So by defeating larger enemies and by defeating significant data within the hollow, which is like, you know, those big, crazy looking, behemoth looking enemies or hollow enemies, right? You can actually shrink the hollow. And it is posited, or it is theorized, that if you kill the actual hollow, or not hollow, sorry, ethereal, my bad. I keep interchanging the two. Sorry, ethereal, my bad. If you kill the ethereal, the leading ethereal of the hollow, you can actually wipe out that hollow entirely, which is obviously good news. So within Hollow Zero, these three shrunk it down by 30-some%, which is insane. These are some of the craziest warriors we will ever see in the lore.
No comment?
No need. Look at the next line. Commend these 7 heroes' deeds. The mayor established a new title of honor, Void Hunter.
The Void
They were the
Hunters.
disaster, the defenders of the city. Wait, 7 heroes. If I recall correctly, the 7th is...
Who is the 7th?
Here.
Oh,
Professor Arke, the founder of Helios Academy,
Professor!
responsible for discovering the common characteristics of hollows, entered Hollow Zero to seek out the truth. As of the time this document was sealed.
And now, the most important, most critical part of the Professor.
Arke had yet to return from Hollow Zero.
This document is from Eric.
He's him! He's him! Oh. And Professor. Can you believe it? Oh, you are literally Acheron. Something about the scene that was so provocative to me was something I referenced when it came down to Acheron being in this particular space versus Professor Arke now. So let's break it down. If you've watched Loki, yes, the Marvel Plus series, you know that one of the leading Kangs became He Who Remains, the singular Kang entity in all of the multiverse. And where did he plop himself to rest? At the end of time. Very much like how the Professor had been lost to the Hollows. He must have found a way to use the Hollow space to open up a path to the end of time. Potentially another wormhole of sorts to get to the end, literally noted by the theming of the Nihility. So, down the road, as we discover what the Proxy's history is, we'll also be running into the actual nature of the Hollows and catch up with what the Professor discovered when jumping into Hollow Zero.
Here to this database.
Got it.
Okay.
Ginny, pack up and start uploading.
The Chasm. Now, here we have a full map. We have a full map. We have New Eridu, which is literally, we've only gone to a street. We've only gone to a street. And everybody's complaining, oh, this game has nothing. We've literally only gone to one street. Calm down. Hollow Zero was originally old Eridu. That's why this is called New Eridu. So Hollow Zero was taken over. So we moved over here. The Chasm was most likely created when there was a big fight, and that it expanded, you know, from here. Most likely the Hollow encompassed this area, and then the fight pushing this Hollow Zero back created this chasm that spread this way. That's why it's the biggest here. So it most likely just went like that, like this huge crack. So now that people are in New Eridu, people are also expanding here because they're seeing that hollows are popping up here as well. So hollows are here, they're moving eastward. Not to say just eastward, but just expanding out, right? So the people have to move out as well. This is the lore. This is the sauce, chat. This is the sauce, bro. This is the sauce, bro. Oh my god. So, for the folks who don't know what this particular graphic is, for those who initially joined, you know, Zenless Zone Zero, you guys know that there was an AI called Fairy. Now it is confirmed that she is but one part of 4 AIs that have been created. And not only that, most likely when all these get together, something very magical happens. We'll see. Any questions for Professor Josh? I honestly have some questions too, because I haven't done the most research, but I know as much as I kind of told you guys. Question, what created the first hollow? That we have to find out, because one of the only people who know that information is the professor, potentially. And he's been gone inside Hollow Zero because he found a way to get to the space within the space. That is with a depiction of the nihility. You can just basically imagine the professor as he who remains from Loki 1, who, you know, originally was Kang, right? And that's the cyclical cycle of time. So currently you could, I'm not saying it's 1-to-1, but basically you can just assume that he has found a way to use the hollow to reach the end of time, or to reach a greater space outside of this universe. A hollow-esque thing within a hollow, not necessarily a hollow within a hollow, because the hollows are born out of the corruption of data within the reality, if you want to think about it that way. In the concept of Honkai Star Rail, right? You could think of it as the dreamscape or the bubble has corrupted data seeping into it. Honkai universe tree. You could think of it as we're here in the Sea of Quanta, we're here in the imaginary space, and the data of the Sea of Quanta is seeping in. That is one of but several different interpretations you can use. Obviously, that might not be the most correct one, but it could be, you know, it could be, you know, a generalized parallel universe explanation. If you guys want more information, I didn't watch it yet, but I know Azriel covered it. So go watch Azriel's video. Someone who actually covers the lore in this game. And although there are some smaller, minute details that I didn't necessarily go over, hopefully you guys still enjoyed that little lore breakdown. Zenless Zone Zero is chock full of references and XPs and very, very fun, exciting crossovers. So the next time when one of the developers says something like that, just remember what happened in Penacony. My name's Josh. Thanks for watching, and click on this next video here. YouTube thinks you'll like it.